Have you ever wondered how many times a day do you lie to yourself? This is me, and I'm a liar. But wait, so are you. How many times over the past days have you said, I'll do it tomorrow? Whether it's dieting, reading, exercising, talking, walking, writing, confronting people, studying that new course, starting that new business, and the list just goes on and on and on. In this video, I'm gonna reveal my secret system consisting of 3 simple steps so you can stop lying to yourself and transform your life overnight. The phrase, I'll do it tomorrow, costed me an expensive 10 years of my life, 10 years of wasted potential and pain. And I don't want that to happen to you. So, as soon as I started incorporating this system into my life changed forever. Have a look. Step 1. Let's imagine the good old days. Going to school with a couple of extra kilos in our bags. Majority of them, pointless. Do you remember how annoying and painful it was to carry around that load? Now, I want you to reminisce about the relief you felt as soon as you put that school bag down in the classroom. You didn't run around with the bag on your back all day, even though you needed it. Why? Because you saw that it was pointless and it was on the verge of being detrimental to your health. And instead of holding on to it, you put it down and went on with your day. Same thing happens when we lie to ourselves. It's a burden that we have to shoulder. It's the equivalent of carrying a lot of books and saying we're still fine, but at the same time, you're giving yourself permanent back damage. Realize that what you are telling yourself is all smoke and mirrors. If you're fat and you need to lose weight, acknowledge it, stop living in denial, hire a personal trainer, or go for a walk. If you're not qualified enough for that promotion that you've been desperately waiting for, wake up, buddy, smell the coffee, and get to work. Seek the truth. Always. It hurts, yes, but it's much better to be hurt by the truth than comforted by a lie. Write the problem down in a journal. This will ensure that you can see it written visually in front of you. It will definitely help you to materialize the issue and make it more real. For the sake of this video, let's take a personal example and we will walk together step by step. Pun intended. Being fat. Now that I've identified what the issue is and I'm not living in the denial stage of being big boned, right, or fluffy, I will write it down, look at it, materialize it, and visualize it. Now, let's move on to the next step. Step 2. How many times have you blamed others for your issues? All the time. Sigmund Freud first described lying as psychological strategies that protect our egos, which is the core sense of self, from information that would hurt us, and this includes denial. Refusing to believe something is true even though it is. For example, I don't have a problem with alcohol even though I drink every day. Rationalization. Creating a reason to excuse ourselves. I know smoking is bad, but it helps me relax. Therefore, I am justifying my smoking. Projection. Taking a desirable aspect of ourselves and describing it to someone else. I'm not like that. You're like that. These are the most common forms of self-deception. Instead of blaming other people, or genetics, or the weather, how about you shoulder some responsibility and grow up? Life isn't fair and the universe doesn't owe you anything, so pull your socks up and face reality. Owning your actions, thoughts, and feelings will create the necessary impetus for change and progress. After I acknowledge that I am indeed fat, which is step number 1, I need to look at the actions that are exacerbating the issue at hand. Is it a horrible diet? Is it a lack of exercise? Is it too many calories? Probably it's all the aforementioned. And this is all on me. My responsibility, mea culpa. Before we move on to the final step of the system, I want to share with you a tidbit of interesting information. For those who don't know, my name is Kurt and many of you think I just lift heavy stuff. I do, indeed, all the time. But I've also been lecturing for 15 years, teaching languages to people all over the world. And throughout these years, I've also lifted a couple of heavy books, including Fyodor Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov. There are a couple of central takeaways in this novel, including the fact that people should not judge one another. Have a look at the video that I posted recently. It's about dealing with idiots. Link is going to be down below in the description. Also, you should forgive someone else's sins, pray for redemption rather than punishment, and many, many more. However, there is one quote that will stay with me until the end of time, and that's the following. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lies comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he he ceases to love. We lie to ourselves on a daily basis, and lying to ourselves makes life easier in the short term, but impossible in the long term. Step 3. If J.K. Rowling hadn't worked on her manuscript in cafes whilst facing the adversities of being a single mother on welfare, then we would not have Harry Potter. If Colonel Sanders hadn't opened that restaurant after being rejected for 1,000 times, then none of us would be feasting on KFC. If Steve Jobs hadn't returned to Apple after being ousted, then probably you would not be watching this video on your Apple device. Go for a walk, hire that personal trainer, read that book, talk to the person, do the course. Whatever it may be that you are looking to fix, take action, acquire the tools, and use them. Nowadays, we live in a world where everything is at our fingertips, so there are no excuses whatsoever. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Seek help, do your own research, and get going. Take action. But Kurt, it's easier said than done. Yes, you're right. But taking the first step is already more progressive than just denying the truth. Once you get the momentum, I can promise you that things will be much easier. Writing things down, scheduling your day, having realistic targets will help you discipline yourself, and you can get going. Take action. Guys, thank you very much for watching, but keep in mind that lying to yourself not only affects you, but also has a ripple effect. It impacts the people around you, and therefore everything I told you would be completely useless if you do not know how to thrive in a modern society. And how do you do that? Good question. I hear you. Have a look at the last video I posted. Link is gonna be down in the description, and I'm gonna try and link it also on the screen. And in this video, you will learn how to read people at a glimpse and also become a social master. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, it's free. And until next time, have a good one.